Wow. Just wow. Shh. You can't get that in your ears, guys. And believe me, that was crazy. Good morning. Welcome to Mondaze. What is this? Why are we here? Okay, so I'm whispering ever so slightly because there are other people in the building. When there are occupants of the same building that you're broadcasting from, you have a tendency to respect them, especially when it's on a Monday and everybody's going through the same pain. Let me throw this up because you can barely hear me. All the way. Get it to 70, 71 because we're throwing it out there. Hey, welcome. Thank you for joining me. Sorry if you missed that bit before. As I say, I'm whispering ever so slightly for the odd reason that today we have some guests in the house and respect, decorum and all that. Right, so Mondays, what's it all about? And this is what I want to set the scene because there's 2.5 great things on. We're primarily broadcasting, by the way, on LinkedIn Live for the simple reason that this is almost a surgery for fellow creatives, professionals, anybody who's kind of in the business of doing better things, and we all are, aren't we? Right, I'm going to throw that off, by the way, because that's just going to get a bit weird, isn't it? Right, yeah, okay. So what this is going to work, right, is during the week, not on a Monday at 7:30. And by the way, congratulations for waking up. It's an amazing achievement. Not everybody's done that. There'll be a load of people still in bed, throwing out Z's and regretting drinking so much on Saturday night to toast England's win 4-0 against the Ukes. Delighted to hear that the ukuleles have been defeated because not a minute too soon. So Mondays is really about kind of setting the scene for the week ahead. And by the way, if you want to get in, I'm going to throw it into the chat here. See, can't can do with YouTube, can't with LinkedIn. I'm going to give you a link to come and join me in the studio. I'm going to configure it on the LinkedIn as well because LinkedIn's gone live. And I'm going to throw this into do you want me to talk about your week? I'll throw that in. Okay. Now, if people want to join me, jump in and say what's going on, what's nagging them, what's getting on their wick, what they've got to tackle for the week ahead. Because as I say, we've all got different challenges, haven't we? You might win the battle, but will you win the war? That's the idea. But let's share my screen again. Where are we? Sorry about that. I don't know. Nobody loves a sniffer, do they? Let's see if I can change to, yeah, that's the one. Share that. It's quite important that. You can't see it, of course, which is no good whatsoever. Yes, we can see it. Arise, Sir Barack. Do you know what? I'll be a bit equal here. I'll be sticking out the side, which is no good. Right, yeah. So, Mondays, right? You'll be aware of the Gregorian calendar, so I don't need to go through the whole sort of 1 to 31 days of July with you. This is pretty straightforward fodder. On Mondays now from 7:30 in the morning, right? Because it's very strategic in the way that that's been designed. I'll put some music on. It's like that. See if I can throw it on. There we go. Pop that in here, and then yes, I can. I can do it. I can do it for you. You might like this. We should have a little bit of pop to get you ready for the weekend. Oh, a bit loud. There we are. It's mellow, isn't it? Yeah. Right. So, what we're going to do on Monday? Oh, I wish there was a lullaby setting. That'd be nice. Ease you back into bed. What we're going to do on Mondays is we're going to kind of preview the week ahead, and we're going to talk about things that are going to get you motivated. There's everything out there, so make the most of it. But equally, this is like a surgery. So if you've got something that's nagging at you, or it's been kind of keeping you up through the weekend, who hasn't had that? We've all had that. Me less so these days. I'll digress. If you post on the appropriate social media channel in the comments what it is that's freaking annoying, then between us as a community we can start sort of working it out during this session, and then by the time we get to Friday, and we might call the Friday session Fridays with a Z on the end because there's a pattern forming, we're going to sort of cherish, toast, and recognise everybody's successes. The whole Facnologista community will come together. We can all go, way, and have a raise a glass. This is vitamin C, by the way, from Aldi. 79p for a bloody great big tube of soluble capsules, tablets. Slanter. So do feel free to pitch in. It's the Mondays and the Fridays are very much the let your hair down, in my case, more so than others. So please do. Mondays, catharsis, getting ready for the week, feeling excited and bumped and beefed up, recognising that you really can do whatever it was that you set your mind to on Friday. They didn't get round to. It wasn't one of your big, hairy, audacious goals. That's fine. Monday is the chance to actually get it done. We've always said, though, that if you've got something that's kind of big and audacious, and it could be a little bit hairy, but you can't get a shaver to it for various reasons, breaking it down. So one of our first recommendations on a Monday to get your week off to a flyer is to break it down into tiny bite-sized chunks. So if you've got a Gantt chart to put together and you're like, oh God, man, that's 75 horizontal lines. Who's got time for that? Start phasing it. I'd say, okay, well, what are the things that I do know? What are the milestones that are set in stone? You know what I mean? That's what Mick Jagger would do. And then you just break it into sort of do the first few, or just set like a framework with like the 5 things of those 75 lines that you know are certainties. And as soon as you put pen to paper or finger to keyboard, magic happens. I'm not getting all the secret on you. Forget it. You know, we've all got limits, haven't we? I want to see if I can share this one with you now. Let's see. Pop the. See if I can do it. I can't do it there. I don't want to do that. I'm going to turn that one down. But if I do that, can't do it on Windows. Can I do it on? Oh, it doesn't matter, does it? You don't need to listen to it. Right. Okay. Look at this. All right. I'm going to set the scene for you. I was reviewing my Pocket articles last night. And what's Pocket? Well, Pocket's a way that you can save things that you read on the web, and you can also look at what other people are doing. Effectively, it's a smaller version of the web, and I've saved hundreds of articles over the past few years, since when Facebook was Diddy. And one of the articles from a few years ago, when Mr. Barack Obama was in office, he still is in an office, just not the really powerful one. They made reference to the fact that, you know, Obamacare with Medicaid and all that stuff. The website was a horse's arse, and they'd spent hundreds of millions of pounds on it, but in dollars, a bit like the BBC used to be. Not the BBC, the government used to be awful with its web, right? The old sort of Business Link website was an abomination. They spent a flipping fortune on it. It was insane. America had done that as well. Back in the day when he was also quite influential, Ed Miliband went on a local radio show and was asked if he could name the local Labour leader. You know, if you're going to do a visit, kind of fundamental. He didn't. So that was an issue, as you'd imagine. So there we go. Right, so I decided to go trawling, right, to see if we could find this broadcast. And I noticed high up in the Google search engine results, the SERPs, that the Independent had an article about it. So I've signed up in the past for the Independent website. I thought, you know what I'll do? I'll get on the website, I'll go and check it out, get the lowdown, because Technologists are coming together tomorrow. It's our first episode of Mondays. I've got to get it right. I don't. It'd be terrible. So I tried to log in, and this is what happened, guys. Right, so you've got like an overlay, but it's an underlay. and you try and click into where it says email, and it won't let you. And then you try and get in there, and it won't let you there either. So how are you supposed to read articles? So anyway, that's nonsense. We get that out of the way. So what that article I was showing you, yeah. Let's pop the window back in. Here we go. So this article reminded me that something that you need to know today, no matter what your challenge is. And by the way, if you don't want to post it, I understand. That's fine. It might be somewhat secret, or you might be in some kind of backlash involving other members of your team and stuff, and you don't want to make it public. That's fine. You can always DM me, right? So you know where I am on the Twitter, so you can always get involved there, and that's great. Congratulations. It'd be a very good idea if you did. But today, and for the next 4 days of the week after today, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, respectively. Apologies if you work in retail, because that will also include Saturday and Sunday. Although at least you be quiet. This is something we all need to remember, right? Is that even people at the highest levels haven't got a clue. They're just better at bullshitting than I say better, not better. Just do, and get confidence in you, because you're going to smash it this week. And I don't want to sound like one of those televangelists. I'm not. But you can do whatever it is you set your mind to. And like I say, micro tasks are going to get you there. And I'm really excited that you're going to give it a shot. So what else? Right, I wanted to talk. You've seen the Badger song. Right, so if you're looking for inspiration as well this week, get over to this Wait But Why account on Twitter. It's Tim Urban. He's a genius. He writes the Wait But Why blog. He asked the question of his community the other day, what are all the graphs that kind of turn you on? And people came in their droves, and there are so many good graphs. It's an interesting one, this actually, based on sort of the geopolitics, based on where certain people were living over the course of like 100, how it started, how the Earth began hundreds of millions of years ago, and the swathes, and how that's influenced modern day politics and the voter swing. Look at that! Wow, amazing! There's loads of this stuff here. I'll pop that actually into LinkedIn, so you can see that you were here on the first Mondaze ever. This is a great story as well. Check it out. All you need to do is type in Google "scientists develop and dissolves," and this story should come up. Right, let me tell you a little bit about why I think this is so super important. If you are recovering from cardiac surgery and you have an irregular heartbeat, typically what they may do to properly restart your heart, get it all working, is have a temporary pacemaker inserted that sort of clings to your heart, which would nerve to it, right? So potential for infection and all that, because you've got something coming out of your body for a few days, and there's a hole, and you can cover it up and do all the antiseptic and all that stuff, or whatever the posh people do in hospitals these days, and that's all fine, but there is still that entry into the body. So what they've done at the moment is they've built this thing made out of dissolvable materials that is sort of compatible with the body, which is amazing. I realise this is a little bit ASMR, isn't it? Because I'm whispering. No battery in it, right? So it works like, so if you've got a toothbrush at the moment, if you've got like an Oral-B electric tooth from Portland's Electric, you'll notice that there's like, it sits on a platform with a little nodule stuck up, but there's no actual contact with the element. It passes the power wirelessly, and it's using that kind of technology that they've applied to this pacemaker. It's amazing. So magnesium, tungsten, silicon, and a polymer known as PLGA, they're all compatible with the body, and they go through this chemical reaction. This is just to blow your mind. Go through chemical reaction to dissolve and be absorbed by the body over time, so they get to the point where they're indiscernible by scanners. amazing. And you can add to it, thicken it essentially to make it last longer. It should last about 5 weeks, but you can make it last longer if the patient has that need. And there's been loads of members of the rat community that have sacrificed themselves to test this, and it's not quite at the human stage yet. We'll have to go through clinical trials. But imagine that dissolvable. I mean, you expect that from medicine, but not from hardware. I love that. Probably not that excited, but certainly I am. Go to Goodable on Twitter if you want some really pumping news stories to keep you excited over the course of the day and the week and the month and the year. I think there's the last one I wanted to finish on for today. Right, this is exciting, isn't it? So South Korea is not renowned for innovation, but they've kind of got this 20-kilometre strip of motorway in the middle of the motorway, and they've covered it in solar panels. And now, if you like to ride your bike, you can ride for 12 miles. I've done that in my head with maths dead quick. You can ride under this. Oh, I was going to say that word. It's not parapet, is it? You can ride under this ceiling of solar panels, which are pulling in energy from the sun and powering things like the motorways lights and stuff. And it's a bit of a fad. But I was going to see if I could see, there's a great article. Yeah, let me pop this on for you. I don't think you need to hear the, pop this into YouTube. I've been driving in my car. So there's this guy, right? Let's see if we can just make sure that the sound's on. It would feel like flipping hilarious. I can make this work for you. There we go. So I'm just gonna pop that on, and then Chrome tab. Yes, good job, because you wouldn't have heard it. There we go. This guy, right? So there's Solar Road in Netherlands, and this guy isn't a massive fan.
Great. You think you can look through this, get some energy through the sun? Yes or no? And more.
Oh God. Bit orcs. We're not there yet, but you know, they're trying their best. So God bless them. But it's great thinking, innovation. It's like, right, you could put solar panels in the pavement. Right. So you've learned the lesson of the first Mondaze, and I appreciate your time in. Thanks for coming. Thanks for getting up. Thanks for powering industry. That's what you're doing just by being here, just by waking up and giving up some of your precious, valuable time. You could still be in bed or eating scones. So the fact that you're here is miraculous. So what I want you to do, you're not doing it now, and that's fine, because, you know, you've got to start a revolution to begin a revolution. Fridays, which is this Friday, which is the 9th of July. We're going to get back. We'll get back in between as well, just to do some sort of serious stuff. But Mondays and Fridays are really sort of letting your hair hang down. Fridays, we're going to celebrate wins, just tiny things, you know, little things that have gone well during the week, and I want you to pitch in and share those with us. Mondays is like, oh, fear of God. I'm like, oh God, I've got the whole week ahead. What I'm going to do? This is where we're going to give you the power, the authority to take it forward and be amazing. And we might do some sort of Saturday, some mini projects together, which would be quite nice. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, probably revert to the whole sort of word of mouth thing and do some sort of smackdowns and breakdowns and takedowns of different websites, and to make them rise again, looking at sort of content stuff, because that's the professional thing to take care of. But today, that's it. You've done it. You've made it through. I'm sure for you. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for being here on Mondays. I wish you, words have no meaning at this point, but I wish you an incredible week. You're going to be amazing. So get out there, stand out there, be yourself, and change the world.